Hello and welcome to the channel. This is All the Gear and No Idea with me, Sav. If it's your first time to the channel, a massive welcome to you, and if you're returning to the channel, a massive welcome back. I hope everybody is having a super blessed day, and thank you ever so much for joining. So, I am sorry it's a couple of days late. I have been in recovery mode, but I have to control this. I have to contain myself. But on Tuesday, I got to go see Dreamcatcher in London. Oh my gosh, and as you can see, I'm wearing Dreamcatcher merch. I got that. So I got the cap, and I got the hoodie, and that was about as much money as I physically had left after everything. But no, yes, got to see Dreamcatcher. Oh, what a day, what a day. And it was a day, it was an absolute day. I turned up, not even the earliest. Somnies are nutty, and I love everyone. I turned up about just after 7 AM and I was number, I don't know if you can see that, 64. It's slowly rubbing off. The permanent marker takes forever to go. But yeah, so I got there just after 7 and I was number 64. And I was speaking to some of the people in the queue ahead of me because I'm a social animal. I like to talk to everyone. And I was like, what time did you get here? And some of them were like, we've been here since about 11:30, midnight last night. And I was just like, that's mental. They'd like camped out and slept out on the steps of the O2 Academy Brixton. I was like, you guys are hardcore dedicated to this, but no. So I got there from, just after 7, and started chatting to people. I swiftly became the number guy. So we were all writing numbers on ourselves, and seeming as I, being the prepared person I was, took Sharpies with me, I was then like, oh, well, the person who wrote on me, I was like, oh, well, I'll do it for the others. And then I became the number guy. I think I gave up around 100. I was like, I've done up to 100. That's it. I'm not going to monitor this anymore. Anybody who turns up thereafter, that's where they're going. But no, everybody was really lovely. It was it was cold. Thankfully, it didn't rain. The British weather can be temperamental sometimes, but thankfully it didn't rain. It was a bit cool, but we were all staying warm, keeping ourselves active, keeping ourselves together. And I managed to make friends with a lovely group of people that we spent the day with in the queue and then watched Dreamcatcher with. It was really nice. It was really nice. It's really nice when you can meet Insomnias are lovely, but sometimes in concert queues it can be an awful experience. But the day was made so much better by how absolutely lovely everyone was, how lovely everyone is in the group. So to the group, if you're watching this, to Meg, Sana, Ollie, Chloe, Lugia, David, everyone else, my mind is blank at the moment. Thank you ever so much for making the queue a joyous experience and for being so lovely and putting up with me. I think everybody was on the MBTI scale or whatever it is, they were I's, and I am a very eccentric E, so I had a lot of energy and just madness. So I do apologise for that, but thank you ever so much for putting up with me. And then when my friend Anthony turned up for, accepting us in and having us with you for the day, I really do appreciate it. It was such a lovely experience. But yeah, so the queuing throughout the day was all right. We, Meg, somebody we met who was a baby Somnie, she turned up. She had designed what we affectionately called cat dong cards that she was handing out. So I have one if I can find my camera. Look how pretty that is. She had somebody design that for her. And her shop is called Lilac. It's a K-pop shop, so if you're in the UK, definitely go check it out. Or maybe if you're international, she can ship international, but definitely go check it out. Those were absolutely adorable. And then the kindness of Somnies is immeasurable sometimes. Like, people were handing out cards and stuff, and there were several people I got some bits off. One gentleman, I did not know your name. I'm so sorry, I should have asked, but you were right near the front of the queue. Gave me, oh my gosh, I genuinely love these people. But I got a K-Town event from the ASU Handong, because Handong is my bias, and then there was a lovely lady called Julia who I need to message because she's got some things I want to buy off her, who was going around handing things out. Oh my gosh, what a saint. Julia, if you're watching this, you are a saint. You're just genuinely one of the kindest people I've ever met. You are so lovely, and all the stuff you were handing out to people for nothing was just, you are a hero, genuinely a hero. So thank you ever so much, guys, for all your generosity. Insomnias, you are lovely. So we're making friends. If you know who I'm about to talk about, he's everywhere. They go to everything DC. But Yeren the Queen, if you know who that is, was there, and had to succumb to my fangirling of them. But thankfully they put up with my my antics. But they were lovely there, so I had a really nice conversation with them, and how they managed to go around and do all things DC. And I was just like, I was in awe and rather envious, because I would love to have gone to as many fan signs and stuff as they have. But no, so that was really nice to meet them and all their friends. And yeah, the queuing was a really great experience. One member of our group, David, brought a flag with him, a UK flag, and another. We had a lovely young lady from Spain who was with us, who did art, drew. I'll put the picture up in a second. Drew the Insomnia logo, not the Insomnia logo, DC logo, onto the flag, and then David had people sign it throughout the day. It was really nice, and other people had flags. I hear one of them got confiscated. I saw on Twitter that one of them got confiscated, and I know which flag it was because they were near us, and which was a real shame that the flag got confiscated. But it might have been because the venue was banning things over a certain size. I think the max size they would allow was like a banner no bigger than A3, but it's a shame because they spent like a week designing this flag. I think again I have a picture that I will post here. They spent so long drawing and designing it, for it to get confiscated was kind of heartbreaking. But yeah, they were lovely. That was really such a shame. But throughout the day I made friends. So I have a number one rule: if you're gonna go stand in a queue all day, make friends with the security staff. Like, legitimately make friends with them. But to Andy and the team who put up with us for the entire day, thank you ever so much. You guys were some of the nicest security team I've ever had the pleasure of being in a queue with. Mr. O, big shout out to Mr. O. He was the man of the day for security team. This guy is an absolute legend. He, at one point, because we'd been there for hours by this point, was like, let's, get warm again. Let's get up. Let's do some exercise things and some fun little crafts. And he did it in groups. And he went down the entire side of the building to interact with everyone. He was handing out water during the concert with other members of the security team. Mr. O was an absolute hero, and he was my guy for the day. I went to him for every piece of knowledge I needed and to ask questions, and he was just such a gen about it. So lovely, so much energy. Again, making the queuing experience so much nicer. So a massive thank you to him. I realise I'm rattling on, so I'm going to get to the good stuff. So after we, queued all day, we got to go in for early merch, got the merch. I was pecking it up and down the line all day, meeting loads of people. Insomnies is lovely. I've said this, but one of the nicest bunch of people you ever going to be in a queue with. We finally got in. And we got right to the front almost. I was 2 people back from the barrier. That's how close I was. And I have loads of videos that I will be drilling out once I've compiled them and checked they're all okay. I am quite a short person, and I had a rather tall young lady in front of me, which was a shame. So there's a lot of the top of her head, and then there was someone in front of her, bless their cottons. I tell you what, I was annoyed at the time because I was just like, but the more I thought about it afterwards, I was like, they were enjoying their concert, but they had a Mong Mongi that constantly up in the air. So like half my videos is just a Mong Mongi. Like almost every time Handong came near us, and I was like, Mong Mongi. And I was like, oh no, come on. But I did get some really decent shots, and they were enjoying their concert. So, at the end of the day, it's fine. I'll go grumble to myself, but I still had a lot of fun. Oh my gosh. You can see them on camera and through content and stuff all you like, and they are gorgeous, and you're like, these women are beautiful, their voices are insane. Nothing you see online compares to hearing it in real life and seeing them in real life. Oh my gosh. I can die happy right now. Like, legitimately die happy. They are angelic. They're otherworldly. They came out white top, like spotted trousers. You've probably seen loads of the videos. They'll be in my videos, but they looked incredible. Shion, I loved Shion's hair. She had like wavy hair for the day. She looked gorgeous, absolutely stunning. But they came out, started with Vision. It was so good. They are so good. Just absolutely phenomenal. I still can't get over the fact I've seen them. Like, I know I've done it. I witnessed it with my own eyes, but the shock is still there, I think. I've not hit that post-concert depression yet. I'm riding the concert high, but no, they came out, performed so many good songs, and they spoke, and they were funny, really funny, and they did their solos. They did other bits. Really sadly, a Somnie fainted, and then that was it. They were like, stop. They were like, we're not doing anything else until we know, one, they're okay, and then every other Somnie is okay. And like Gunn was like, everyone move back a step. And they waited for staff to come give everybody water again, and then they're like, right, we're good? Happy? Excellent. I was just like, oh, you Dreamcatcher are so nice, and they care about the fans so much that they genuinely just were like, but we're making sure you're okay. We're not moving until everyone's fine and everyone's good again, and then we'll keep going. But oh my gosh, 2 hours of just high energy, just absolutely, like, they don't I can't articulate this properly. They're just brilliant. They are just brilliant. They're just so wonderful. K-pop idols have it intense. I've come to really understand that, but 2 hours of just hardcore going at it. A couple of standy songs, but they were still running around the stage. They're still singing. They're still going absolutely mental, and they're so adorable doing it at times as well. But oh my gosh, what an experience! I definitely think Wind Blows, when they were like, we're gonna do Wind Blows, that was it. I was like, best concert ever, hands down. So then it finished. They finally went off. Did their encore. Massive energy. Brilliant encore. Then said goodbye to everyone. And then we were waiting, and I'd gotten high wave because I was like, well, those of you who know me from before or have seen this channel before, I went to MIK and I got an Irene t-shirt. So for this one, I was like, well, I've got to do a t-shirt again. So I did a Handong one. So I went to Sumo Sam again, who did the Irene one, and I just want to give a massive thank you to Robin, John, and the team at Sumo Sam, because they do phenomenal work, emailing me constantly because they wanted to get it right. They wanted to make sure I was happy with what we were doing, and I tried to, describe how I wanted the t-shirt as best as I could, and I was like, can you do it in 2 weeks? I know there's a lot of print on it, and they were like, yep, we got you. And boy, do they deliver. The quality of their work is sublime. So I'm going to leave a link to Sumo Sam somewhere. If you're in the UK, if they can deliver it to you or whatever, they are in like the south. They're in Reading. But if you're in the UK, you want a custom t-shirt printed, I cannot recommend Sumo Sam enough to you. They are lovely. They just did an absolute fantastic job. I screwed up, which I'll show in a minute, but I had sent the original image of how I wanted it to look, and in it, the writing that is on this t-shirt was correct. And then later on, they were like, oh, can you send us the text separately? We need to try and transplant it into the system. And when I typed it out, without realizing, I typed it incorrectly. So instead of saying Han-dong, it says Hing-dong. Well, happiness, we'll go with that. But kind of didn't go with the joke of the t-shirt. So what I did, and just before the high wave, I didn't touch it until there, is I'd written Han on a piece of paper, and then somebody very kindly pinned it on for me. But just gonna move the microphone out of the way a second. So this is the t-shirt. You can see I've let's stand up for this. You can see where I've changed it to Han. Well, this is, so it's supposed to say, "You don't know Han-dong? Pathetic." From the time where she called Sua pathetic, and just I love the sneery face. And then thanks to some Somnies in the Dreamcatcher Discord, got the logos, if you can see that. So I had them put on the side. So thank you very much for your help there. And then I had to plug myself a little bit. And then on the back, I had the Apocalypse Follow Us album logo. But yes, absolutely brilliant t-shirt. Cannot thank the guys enough for that. And sorry I messed it up. At first I was like, they messed it up. It was my fault. I didn't check my own spelling. A mistake I will not make in the future. But there we go. That was our concert t-shirt for this time. And I did the high wave. I have a video of it. It's a bit awful, but this is the highlight of my night in some ways. As I came around the corner, I had Mong Mongi strapped around my back. I should have turned the light off. Why did I leave that on? But I knocked it. Daniel was like, "Oh, you okay?" And then was like, "Yay." And I moved to Han-dong, and I got told off. I got told off for stopping, but it was worth it. It was worth getting told off for, because I held out the bottom of the t-shirt. She reads it and literally doubles over laughing. It's just I have a second video. Thankfully, Ollie, who was with me, caught kind of the bit of it. You can hear her laugh and see her like dip a bit, but she laughed and came up and was just like, "That's brilliant," and then gave me two finger hearts, and I was like, life is complete. Life is complete. Han-dong has seen my t-shirt. She's loved the t-shirt. She's laughed at the t-shirt. It makes it all worth it. Like, genuinely caught. Like, the high wave was a mad amount of money for a shuffle past, and looking like there were some moral conflicts with that, because it's like, they're not zoo animals, but I was just like, I really wanted to see the t-shirt, and actually it was worth it. I don't care how much it cost anymore. Genuinely never going to forget that in my lifetime, and it made me so happy. And then as I'm moving on, Guyon has seen it, is pointing at me, wetting herself laughing. Shion, absolute cutie, but she's in a world of her own. But I blew her a kiss and she gave me one back, and I was like, "Oh, Shion." And then Sua, again, made me stop. She was just like, wanted to read it, and then she was wetting herself. So Guyon and Sua absolutely pissing themselves, laughing at the t-shirt. Jiu is the cutest human being in the world. She is our bunny leader. She is freaking adorable, just so smiley. I'm like, you've just done a 2-hour concert and you're just still so happy to see, and some, like, you are just so lovely. And then I didn't get a good shot of Yuyeon. Sadly, the person in front of me had stopped, and like, because Yuyeon was at the end, they'd like thrown something at their feet, and so Yu was a bit distracted. But I'm unfortunate, but I still got to see him. Like, literally, we're walking the plexiglasses. Like, I could have touched out and touched the glass. Like, that's how close they were. So I got that close to Dreamcatcher. But yeah. So that was my night, and then had to travel home, and I think I got in about 1 a.m. I'd been up since about 6, although I'd got woken up by my sister's housemate who came back from Poland at half 2, but I digress. Yeah. They were incredible. What an incredible day. I hope they come back. I hope they come back to London. I would do it all again, and I'm getting old. But I would do that all again, and I would get there earlier just to get a fraction of a step closer to see them. I really hope they come back and do a fan sign next time, though. manifesting that. MMT, if you're listening to this, Dreamcatcher Company, if you see this, we would like a London fan sign, please. But yeah, that was my day. I will be posting whatever I've took, if it's decent enough, as we go. I'm going to be posting it on my Instagram as well. I've set up an Instagram. I'm going to throw a whole bunch on there after I've gone through it all. So I'll leave a link to the Instagram below, but you can find it on my channel page. So please go check it out. I do appreciate it. And thank you ever so much for watching me rant for 20 minutes. I'm sorry it's so long. But I just wanted to give my quick, brief rundown of the day. Yeah. Thank you, Dreamcatcher, for coming to London. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for making the day so special, so brilliant, so enjoyable. Thank you ever so much. I hope we can all meet again and do it again. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching this. Sorry I rambled on for so long. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope everybody has a super blessed day. And as always, I shall catch you in the next video. Bye.